hardest lesson for us to learn sometimes is that it's His time and His timing, and not ours. Amen. God's concern, what I'm saying, is not changed or diminished by interruptions. It's all in God's time. We look at the world situation as is, and sometimes we think they need to do something here, or they need to do something over there about that, or they need to get this situation taken care of. They need to handle it. With me, the personhood amendment can't get passed quick enough. To me, that's an urgent matter. We need to fight and push and get that thing passed. But it's not just not important to God, but God's the one that has the bird's eye view. God is the one who's not consumed by time. He doesn't operate in Chronos time. God is not affected by time. Amen. So we get a little antsy when God's cool. So He's not, His concern is not changed or diminished by interruptions. Look at verse 23. It says, when Jesus came to the ruler's house, He saw the minstrels, or and another passage says that they were flute players playing flutes and things like that. In other words, they were paid mourners. In that day, you don't see it much here, and you still see it in some cultures now, but you don't see it that much in our culture. At least I don't think you do. But in that day, especially, they would hire people to be. They were known as professional mourners, and they would hire these people to come. They didn't even know them. They didn't know the one that passed away. They didn't know the family. All they knew is someone hired them to come and mourn. And I don't know why that was necessary, but for some reason they found that necessary. And so these professional mourners were there, and they were doing their usual thing. They were crying, blowing snot bubbles, and playing funeral dirges and all this kind of stuff. And that was the custom then. That's a custom I think I could have done with that myself. But by now this child had died, and so this noisy crowd was wailing. And so He said to them, now, He said to them, give place. In other words, make room. Give place, for the maid is not dead, but sleeps. Now, that give place, it means make. In other words, here's what He was saying: leave the room. You need to leave. Now, I want you to understand, the Lord wasn't being rude. He wasn't being obnoxious. I myself and other ministers have done that before too. I've gone to visit someone before that had a room full of people, family. I said, look, I don't want to offend anyone, don't mean, but I need a few minutes alone with this person. I need just a few minutes. In most cases, they understand. I've never had it that I know of. I've never had one that they might have said something when I wasn't around, but as far as in my presence, I didn't know of anyone getting offended anyway. They kind of tried to understand. And you can do it in a nice way. You don't just go ahead and say, well, get out. I probably would have had a problem then. But if you say, listen, I need some time with this individual, and if you can just leave and give it some time, most people will understand that. Jesus, He just told them, you need to leave. Get out. You need to leave the room. Make room, He said. Leave the room. And then He says this, you need to leave the room. For the girl's not dead, but she's sleeping. Now, here's what He was saying. This is not what they heard. This is what He was saying. How many times do you know the Lord says something, we hear Him differently? What He was saying, she ain't going to stay dead. She won't remain dead. She ain't going to stay dead. But that's not what they were hearing. The Bible says they ridiculed Him. They laughed Him to scorn when He made that statement. They laughed Him to scorn. They knew this child was dead. And it says they laughed at Him and they surmised that He can do anything. He can do nothing. Hence the reason He told them to leave the room. Because if they'd have stayed there, laughing and jeering and not operating in faith. Listen, now I'm speaking from Parnell's point of view now, right? I'm about to draw this thing to a conclusion, but I'm speaking from Parnell's point of view now. If I'm ever in a dire circumstance situation, don't bury me before I draw my last breath. Don't start making funeral arrangements until it's time to make funeral arrangements for me, okay? And if I'm ever in a situation like that, if I'm ever facing a dire situation, circumstance like that, I don't want any unbelievers around my bedside. I want people to exercise faith. I want people that know the power of God and have faith in the power and the hand of God. That's who I want praying for me. That's who I want surrounding me and praying for me and lifting me up in prayer. That's what I want. That's who I want. I don't want no unbelief. I don't want nobody standing there and saying, well, you know, he's pretty much done for. I don't need that. I need somebody who will believe with me and believe that God will move and touch